So what are we doing? You know, I met a guy today who just assumed I'm with him on his political party. I just wanted to say I'm not with anyone. I like common sense. I like people who don't just take a side, who look at what's going on, what the situation is, and say, okay, well, I'm going to support this or that, you know? I don't understand why you have to be one or the other. I mean, I get it, it's a concept of dualism, but why does it have to be one or the other? So, whether you like the president or don't, does it matter? Is it going to change? No. You know, some agencies might change a little bit, but then again, the previous president changed hundreds, and the president before that. What we're really looking at is a breakdown of society, aren't we? I mean, we're doing things based on a political basis without actually seeing how it's going to be affected in the world or the country. Or we think we know. I mean, we talk about Keynesian economics all the time. Go spend more money, spend more money. Well, yeah, but it's causing, you know, something like a quarter of Americans don't have any money in their savings account at all. Is that helping? Look at Greece. Greeks had to borrow money from the IMF and the European Central Bank for years. Why? It's a sovereign country. Let it be a country. Let Italy be a country. It's their country. Same with the Middle East. Why did we have to overthrow those people? You know? The only case you can make is Afghanistan. And that's it. Most other countries, they didn't attack us. But at the same token, you know, if somebody asks for help, what do we do? Just not care? I think there's a million questions we need to ask that nobody's asking, like climate change. Earth has changed climate hundreds and thousands of times. Most of it before recorded history. So we can tell through the geological record what the CO2 levels were in the Jurassic period, but we don't know what it's supposed to be. You know, we don't. Don't pretend like you do. I get it. CO2 levels rise during winter, especially in North America. But oxygen levels rise in the southern hemisphere. You know, I think we need to take a step back and realize that we're human. We're only human. I mean, case in point, look at the CO2 one volcano erupts when it emits CO2. Just look at those numbers. How many billions of tons they erupt. I think we need more research, and I think guys like Suspicious Observers is doing it. We're seeing what is actually happening. I mean, they're predicting earthquakes. They'll give you an exact Earth spot watch zone and predict earthquakes in a certain region. You know, most other people can't tell you that. It's just a guy trying to figure it out. But he keeps his ear to the ground and he watches everything, you know. I think we need new minds. I think that the establishment in most aspects is right in some areas, but very wrong in most. Because of politics. Pure greed, disloyalty, dishonesty, and politics. When are we going to learn that we need to love thy neighbor? But if he sticks a gun at you and tries to kill you, try to kill him right back. I think there's both sides to the coin. I think we need to look at every situation as each individual situation. There is no one size fits all for anything. And I think that's what we're losing. We're losing our ability to talk to one another. We're losing our ability to know our fellow neighbor. We're losing the ability to plan ahead. I meet people every day who you would think in the situation I'm in would plan. But they don't. They just show up to places. Well, you guys got an opening? On the 4th of July weekend? Are you kidding me? Come on, you don't have better sense than that. Or maybe you don't. And maybe that's the problem. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
Hey, ass butt.
You know? I just don't... What do people think? You know? Do they think? Do they even try? I just don't understand why you can just live your life doing whatever. I mean, there's got to be some plan. Maybe that's the plan. This country used to be able to live free and just kind of do what you needed to exist. Now, man, we're losing it. We're losing it fast. I don't care who the president is. It's going to continue marching the same direction. And the funny thing, you know who said that? Some political analyst? No. Some talking head? No. That was Putin. He said it doesn't really matter what president we elect in office. America's going to go the same route. Why try and fight it? Why would we even care to meddle in elections when we know it's going to head the same way? And is he wrong? No, he's not. We have headed the same direction for 100 years. Nobody wants to take heed and notice. Nobody wants to understand the true Constitution, what it means. You know, it used to be life, liberty, and the pursuit of property, not happiness. And on the same token, we've lost our morals. We used to not be greedy. I mean, there have been a couple of greedy people throughout history, but not like the levels we're seeing in the middle class of America. It's amazing. Did you hear Bobby Joe got a McMansion? Yeah, that's awesome. Well, how about his boat? But what can they do outside of an office? Might be great entrepreneurs. I don't care. I don't care. They don't know how to change a tire. So who gives a flying turkey their opinion is? They've only seen that much of the world and of their own country. Even if they travel the world and travel their country, I guarantee you they haven't seen the other side. Because the one thing I've noticed is if you grow up poor and you become rich, you could care less about anyone. That's not true for everybody. But for all the people that I meet, it is. Why is that? And the people that grow up somewhat middle class and had everything taken care of, and then fall down from grace into poverty or homelessness, they're the ones that will give back faster than anyone. And you know two great examples of that? Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson lived in a middle class environment. And what he gave to this country, you don't even know about. You have no clue. The real Thomas Jefferson wrote letters and responded to every single letter that was ever written him. And not only that, he created the meteorological survey that exists today. He recorded temperatures, he recorded moon cycles, sun cycles, he recorded the atmospheric pressure. He did everything he could to start that record. But you don't know that. He also let us have the tomato. Because even in Italy at the time, the tomato was considered poisonous, so he grew the Cherokee purple and kept going. He had over 2,000 different types of fruit trees and over 3,000 different types of vegetables. But you don't hear that, do you? All you hear about is what a jerk he was. Alexander Hamilton, he's the one that started the central banks and wanted them as a Federalist. He's the one that started us down this path that is leading to poverty. Or how did Thomas Jefferson put it? He said that if we continue down this path of centralization, it will lead to millions of propertyless wage laborers dependent upon others for their survival. That was said before 1805. What do you take from that? Because I don't know about you, but I see millions of propertyless wage laborers dependent upon others for their survival. Alexander Hamilton wanted the poor to remain poor. He didn't think they were smart enough to make their own decisions. In some cases, hell, he might be right. But I'm finding out that the middle class is worse than the poor. You know, they're the ones that'll hassle you for $10 while living in a $1.8 million mansion. Stay humble, not for the reasons of just staying humble as an expression. Do it because it's what's right. What's right, what's wrong. You know, don't kill people, don't rape. Pretty simple concepts. Why? Ask why. More often than not. Honestly, you want to know the best reason to ask why? That separates us from the apes. Seriously. Primates do not ask why. Occasionally they do. But for the most part, the human will always ask why first. Every time. So why don't we still do that? Why are some people greedy and not others? Why do some people take care of other people better? How can you write everyone off? I've been accused of being unempathetic, and my response was, no, that's not the problem. The problem is I have too much empathy. But I have to shut it down. Because I try and help people that don't have a snowball's chance in hell. At least as far as I can help them. But I try. Usually I get shit on, but, I still try. So I don't know. I don't know what the next step is. But it's definitely surrounding morals and having a code or an honor, One thing that's been said about veterans is we are fiercely loyal and we ride for the brand. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. You ride for the brand. You do the job you were hired to do. And you're fiercely loyal to those employers. Unless they don't meet your criteria, then leave. Leave. Get away. Go find a team that represents you and your morals and who you are. Or check out. Go find a piece of property in the woods, build a cabin. Be yourself. Have those morals and honesty. That's what our goal is. Because I'm starting to trust people less and less. And it's not because I'm writing people off. It's because I can't do it. I'll help people all day long. But some of the people I met recently, $1 million motor coaches, $2 million homes, won't pay $10. It's amazing. Wish I could leave you with better news, but be true to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.